This improved version of the 4th generation Mercedes Benz A Class offers an even stronger proposition to buyers in the premium compact hatch segment. If you define luxury in terms of technology, you're going to like it a lot.
There aren't any handling changes as part of this midterm update. As before, this Mark IV A Class feels precise and quite sporty to drive. The direct steer steering system still enables you to place the car where you'd want through the curves and really enjoy this Mercedes if you're a keen driver. Body rolls kept well in check, and you're favoured with prodigious grip that's impressively untroubled by mid-corner bumps. What Mercedes has done is to introduce its 48-volt EQ power mild hybrid tech into the 1.3 litre 4-cylinder petrol unit that most customers choose. As before, this engine comes in 2 states of tune, with 136 horsepower in the base A180 or with 163 in the A200 variant we're trying here. Either way, you now have to have the brand's 7-speed dual-clutch 7G Tronic auto gearbox. The electrified tech adds a belt-driven starter generator there to give you a 14 horsepower boost when moving off or accelerating in the mid-range. It also makes the engine start-stop system work more smoothly and allows for longer periods of what the engineers call sailing, cruising with the engine off when you're not accelerating at highway speeds. If you happen to be coming to this car from pre-facelift A180 or A200 versions of this Mark IV A Class, you'll need to concentrate hard to appreciate the differences, and you'll need to concentrate even harder to notice the differences in fuel consumption, rated at 47.9 mpg on the combined cycle and 133 grams per kilometre of CO2 for both models. If you want greater A-Class efficiency, you'll need either the 150 horsepower A200D diesel, which uses an 8-speed auto, or if you can afford more, the A250E plug-in hybrid, which now offers a gutsier 75 kilowatt electric motor powered by a slightly larger 16 kilowatt hour battery, offering an EV driving range of up to 51 miles. That's 7 miles more than before. The A250E has a similar combined system output as before, 218 horsepower, but now only comes as a saloon. There aren't any mainstream all-wheel drive A-Class models anymore. For that and the all-independent suspension setup that comes with the 4MATIC system, you have to stretch to one of the 2-litre turbo petrol 8-speed auto Mercedes-AMG hot hatches, either the 306 horsepower A35 or the 421 horsepower A45. You'll want to know about the changes made as part of this update. Well, you have to look pretty closely to see them. A pair of power bulges in the bonnet, a revised front bumper design, and a smarter star pattern radiator grille. The angular LED high-performance headlamps are also flatter. It all creates a level of overtaking presence that's a long way from the kind of mundane statement you'd make at the wheel of a mainstream brand hatchback in this class. In profile, you can see the way that this model is visually extended by its long wheelbase and this sharp character line that runs from nose to tail below the glasshouse. As before, this Mark IV design has a wide look at the rear end, thanks to a heavily waisted greenhouse, and at the back there are slim 2-section tail lights. As part of this update, the AMG line trim levels that almost everyone chooses gets a revised rear diffuser. Time to take a look inside. Now let's cover off the cabin updates made to this facelifted model. The key differences lie with updates made to the MBUX infotainment system, the main change being the deletion of the previous central touchpad, which means that you've either got to stretch to the screen surface with your finger, which is a bit of a stretch, or use the improved voice activation system, now class-leadingly intuitive. The MBUX system can now be ordered with fingerprint sensor access, and it also gains a more convenient wireless version of the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto smartphone mirroring system. Just as significantly, the smaller 7-inch screens for the instruments and the infotainment that used to be fitted to entry-level models have now been junked, which means that all A-Class models now get the better widescreen style cockpit setup, which sees a 10.25-inch centre dash infotainment monitor joined with a 10.25-inch virtual instrument screen to create one continuous monitor, much as you get in larger Mercedes models. Now, what else do you need to know about this cabin? Well, Mercedes has updated the steering wheel, though we're not sure if that's an improvement. And all variants now get the 64 colour ambient lighting package, so you'll be able to play with cabin illumination to your heart's content. Getting comfortable on the supportive seats is easy, thanks to plenty of seat and wheel adjustment. And they now come with cushion height adjustment as well. And there's improved cabin storage with an extra shallow tray on the centre tunnel. Right, time to take a seat in the back. A 6-footer might still struggle a little to sit behind another adult of similar height, but overall there's significantly more room for knees and legs than you might expect from a car of this size. 720mm of legroom to be exact, and 930mm of headspace. We'll finish with a look at the boot. Now, it's 350 litres in size in petrol hatch model. It's 345 litres in this diesel hatch. Now, you're looking at a boot capacity of 395 litres for conventional petrol and diesel versions of the alternative saloon, a figure which falls to 345 litres in the PHEV saloon. And fold down the seats completely, and 1,190 litres of total capacity can be freed up in a petrol hatch, or 1,210 litres in a conventionally engined saloon. In summary, if you wanted an A-Class before, you'll probably want one even more now. Those who can afford the asking prices and like the driving experience will find this contender sporty, self-assured and possessed of a feel-good factor that really does make you feel special if you've spec'd your chosen variant correctly, which is exactly what owning a car of this kind should be all about.